So, hi everyone. I don't know if I'll probably change the title after this, but if you're on live, it's my day off. So, like I've put Z marks because I'm really tired. So I'm feeling good, but I'm just like no wonder with like say how big my higher self keeps going. Me and my friend sat up really late. We were watching our favourite on the TV. So hello Charlotte, that was quick. So yes, I'd like to be off in 30 minutes. I don't know how likely it is, but it's not too big. It's not too big a deal. It just means I'm procrastinating from the tidying up. And it's not even the tidying up. I do just want to go and tidy up and watch a film too, because I still haven't watched one. So how are you doing? Right, so let's pull one of these cards. So it's still Virgo Moon, practical magic, as I like to call it. And in Leo season, it's like magical, practical magic. Oh, and I'm going to do a Clary Poppins tidying up the house. Right, so what does somebody need to know out there? And then we'll read the Rumi card. No, I think I'll read the Rumi. I'll do this, and then I'll do some of these. I'll put them on top so I don't forget. Oh, and then there's one. Oh, the 36 one needs to go back in. Let's see if it comes out again. Yeah, so I'll do this. I'll do those green ones, and then I'll do the Rumi one, and then I'll get going. And if you're new to me, my name's Claire, not Crystal, and I'm usually higher energy. But like say, when I go big or go home, some days it means the next day I'm a wee bit more sleepy. So I'm on the telly. I put you on the telly. Great. Hello, Charlotte's living room. That's funny. And of course, the reason why I'm extra tired is because I'm doing these live streams through the weekend. And although it's Monday today, like I say, Mondays, I always have the weekends and Monday off. So yes. I need to go and do something fun. Right, what have we got with this then? And I thought, oh, and there's a card in. Oh, I don't think I've seen this one. 15. You can make it through. If you can get through this, you can get through anything. James Arthur songs just live in my head. I was laughing at that yesterday, Charlotte. Like, sorry, I've just not got the energy to respond to any comments yet because actually my friend was here too. And then I've just got up and dotted about. But that was funny that I thought you meant James Arthur and you actually meant Michael Bublé. Again, it just seems like another indication of how much confusion there can be on the twin flame journey. So I really do feel that, when I say I really do feel, for anyone that's new, that really, for me, it just means something's even truer, that it might not necessarily be you watching this live or on replay, but for someone watching it, there will have been at some point some major distortion, confusion about it. So you might not have known you were a twin flame and what a twin flame was, but you might have thought, oh my God, this person's my soulmate or something, and then found out later down the line, oh fuck shit, no, they're not. That person is. Do you know what I mean? It's something like that, because I'm just kind of reading between the lines of it didn't even register. So quite interesting. Right. And anyway, so that's a James Arthur song I was singing. You can make it through. Your Arthur, as somebody fucking called Arthur out there, is it a surname or something? Your higher self is always guiding you. And isn't that interesting? I find that interesting that I started off by saying my higher self went for it or something. And this is saying your higher self is always guiding you. What wisdom does your higher self have for you? I mean, my higher self's a fucking rad. She's out of control. She's in charge now, isn't she? I think she's like, step aside. You need to get out the way. Enjoying the singing though. I watched the wedding day. Oh my God, Charlotte, you genius. That's what I need to watch. Did you see? Now, if you don't get lit up like that with that excitement at the sight of your twin flame or the thought of them, they're not your twin flame, unless, there might be something that they've done to piss you off or something. But generally, that's how excited you get. But that, I love, see how we work in harmony, a synergy. You've said something yesterday that's made me think, I mean, this is what I mean. You always do that. You are always given quite, synchronicities for me, and we'll be doing that for each other. And but that was my favorite when I was younger. I know it off by heart, but I haven't watched it for years. Because I actually quoted that the other day, Charlotte. Like, I love what they say because I think it's very relevant for me. because I got a lot of judgment about how long I've been single. That every woman has the exact love life that they choose, because that could trigger a lot of people about, I don't think so, I've been looking for a man and all this kind of, but I do feel that's true. Like I do, because like I say, that is true for me. Like my soul knew what it was doing. I didn't want to add to the karma. So happy to help. Yes, well, thank you. But the thing is, you know what it is? It was when I moved house, people encouraged me to throw out all my DVDs, because it was like, oh, you can easily get things online and that. But it's a bit annoying, because you know what I mean? It's like, you don't want to be buying a thingy on like every time you just want to watch a film. So it's kind of annoying, because I found myself buying like I've just bought Lady and the Tramp. That's going to be significant too, with the spaghetti bolognese. That'll be you, your twin flame, someone out there. It's like I just bought Lady and the Tramp because that was my favourite when I was wee. And because I want to watch it with my niece the next time she's here, because she got all excited when I described it to her. And it's like, you know, it's so annoying. I'm like, I wish I'd kept some. Oh my God, I know he is hot. He is. It's when he does that thing before she goes into the pub. You know, when he like kind of, he doesn't kiss her, but he kind of like, you know, talks to her. I'm like, oh, it's not a close stay, it's somebody sweeping the stair. Right. So anyway, I shall shuffle these and then add to it. But yeah, I want to go and watch that now. I'll go and find, think it'd be on Prime. Probably would, eh? Because I want to watch one that I've either not seen or one that I've not seen for ages, and I haven't watched that for ages. And I bet you it'll be something come back. And again, see, it is very relevant, because it's one of those films where, you know, someone's running off and they're not really wanting to be running off, because they're like, are they behind me? Are they behind me? Right. I didn't watch back what I'd done yesterday, but when we were cooking, I just fast forwarded to certain bits of it, and it kept stopping, which was kind of interesting. It just kept stopping. But we were pissing ourselves. I was pissing myself. Like say, my higher self's in charge. It's just like, right. So, I did that too, because they keep taking things on and off. To be fair, I did have almost 200 DVD. Yeah, I had a lot. Right, so health-wise, alternative medicine, we'll look at that. You've landed at the right place on the internet, people, because I'm a Reiki master, shamanic teacher, twin flame master healer, just meaning that basically I can do quite a lot of stuff, hypnotherapist, life coach, astrology, starseed healing. I love doing starlight. What's that? You've doing something else new with me, guys? Something I don't know about? Starseed past life regressions, if you want to find out about your past lives in that way more specifically. So, dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for guiding me to the ideal healing treatments modality, and for giving me clear signs and messages to validate the best path for my well-being. So again, because that's saying you can make it through, and this is about alternative healing, I really do feel this is about twin flames finding this in you know, the deep part of their spiritual awakening, either their actual dark night of the soul, or just trying to gather back their energy after being through the mill. Do more research. And again, this would strike me as divine masculines doing, or divine feminines doing the research about the journey, or just anything to do with spirituality and whatever you want to call it. Dear God and Archangel Raphael, thank you for clearly, gently leading me to the information that I need to know for my well-being. Please give me the courage to be assertive as I take charge of my healthcare needs. So again, there's a lot about health, but it is because we're in Virgo moon, and I like to choose decks that are to do with that. No, I had to get my DVD out. It's never on any of them for free. I don't know if I really do think I did chuck them all. Like, that's so annoying. I'll find it. Right. Oh, are we already going to that? Oh no, I need to read that, don't I? Okay, let's go. And that's my energy levels, because it's like I've not got a cough, but it'll also be, oh no, they're telling me it's relevant. It's to people on the twin flame journey that are needing to find their voice, whether you're divine feminine or divine masculine. But I can really feel that. I can really feel that. So when I'm putting my hand on my own throat, I didn't plan to do that, but I'm just going to do this. So for anyone out there that's open to it, this is healing for wherever you need to express yourself or speak more of your truth. What card did I pick for today? Today's card was about children's healing and inner child healing. So again, I really do feel that it's like the reason why a lot of people aren't feeling like they're able to speak up is because it's just coming back to what I said one of the other days. It's a limiting belief from childhood about nobody's going to be interested in what you got to say. That's literally what I just heard. So that's quite a deep one I'm picking up on today. But that's fucking, look at that. Out of all those cards, right? That may look like someone's divine masculine, actually. It doesn't need to. And remember, it doesn't even need to be a man. You could be a woman going towards a man or a woman going towards a woman. But that's what's happening. And that's actually what you or your twin flame wants to do. That's what they want to do. What are they going to do? Be everyone picking up? Oh, God. Well, they're fucking exhausted because there's a 10 of swords, but they're at the end of something. So it's all adding up. At the end of something, regaining energy. Somebody's coming in and passionate. I can fucking talk. Someone's coming in passionate. Look at that. It might be around the 8th of the 8th. Don't quote me. I can't be on that day, but it's going to be within this period of the Lion's Gate portal because there's a lion in the background. Someone's gaining the strength to speak up. Look, and King of Pentacles coming in as a king. Open healing. A lot more positive. So it's kind of like right now, oh my God, yeah, look, and then there's a union. Interesting, I was talking about a festival and there's a festival. I mean, it's two women, but there's a festival on in the background. So again, this is a kind of festival period, but it's about twin flame unions taking place around now, the summer, where you can enjoy your time. Right, okay. Right, let's read this. So 15. Prioritize self-love and care. But that was one of the shorts that I done. I don't know. It's like for tomorrow or Wednesday. It doesn't matter. It's timeless, right? So if it resonates with you on the day, great. It does with a lot of use. But prioritize self-love and care. That was coming up quite strongly. I think it's for like towards the end of this week, towards because the Lion's Gate is next Monday, a week today. So it was like during the Scorpio moon, kind of like Thursday, Friday, I think. It was all ones about self-care and watching your energy levels. Because so right, okay, so 15, right. And talking to that, notice how I am paying attention. I'm gonna go or I'll burn out and I won't be able to do what I gotta do. So that's a message for you too, someone. Have you got Charlotte? Sex up there? CEX? Am I just not releasing the King of Wands energy that I was just holding? I mean, how do you say that phonetically? All the rom-coms are 50p or a pound. That's hilarious. Or do you say CEX? No, what is that? No, I had to get my DVD out. It's never on any of them for free. That's what I mean. Like when I was encouraged to get rid of all of them, I'm fucking raging because I had that. But this always means that I know I'm having a wee chat with Charlotte right now, but this means something. Whenever I'm engaging with it, it's like, because like say you're saying things that are triggering I just said I'm fucking raging. Do you know what I mean? I'm not that deep, but no, it is a bit annoying. And it's about, well, I have to take personal responsibility that when I've been encouraged to get rid of the DVDs because you could just get them online. I should have thought that. Anyway, it's not that deep, but it's to deliver the message. You know what I mean? That's, nobody forced me to do it. So it's about whoever this is going to connect with. That is the easiest way to really sort of release the pain and the anger. Again, we're not talking about the actual DVDs because it's not that deep. They're just using the thing. It's just a bit irritating, isn't it? In my case, but it could be, something deeper for you. It's like, oh damn, I wish I'd listened to myself because I'm ending up fucking buying the same DVDs that I've had for like 20 years because I want to, but not really, because I've got the movie channel, I'm finding quite a lot, like, the right one is on that I need to watch. But anyway, right. So, I'm hearing that song from that film, Sway With Me, Dance With Me. Oh, and Michael Bublé sings that, dude. Oh, that's why you said, oh God, see, I need to go. I'm just slow mo today, slow motion. Yeah, I need to watch that because it's like, yeah, you've really got me. Thanks, Charlotte. Now I'm excited. See, that's what it should be. It's like I was like, oh, what was your film? But you need to like, because I'll tidy up and I'll watch it. Right. So, all right. CEX. All right, I'll look it up. Right, okay, let's read this. So, you can make it through. Your higher self is always guiding you, and your twin flame's higher self, if you are a twin flame. Because there's a lot of distortion out there, and I'm here to clear the muddy waters of that. And yeah, some people aren't going to like that. So when this starts to grow, people aren't going to like that. I'm saying that, guys. So we need to form a force field around me, around us. But anyway, I always do. I always protect. I know it just looks like I just jump on, but I do my protective things before I come on. And then if I felt there was any sort of interference, I'll get the sage out and everything. But yeah, there's a real divide happening with what I'm seeing with twin flames. I think it's becoming very, crystal clear who is genuine and who's really on that path and who isn't. If you even kick about watching these things, because it's weird. It seems like many people that connect with me don't. But then that's not such a bad thing. Like I said that actually to my friend last night, that because I'm always like, do you do you watch it? And she's like, no, I just watched this other person. And it's kind of like, in a way, it's kind of good because it's not confused her. But yeah, actually, there was lots of synchronicities. If it feels like it's relevant, I will bring that in, sort of conversations and synchronicities. Anyway, right. So you may feel lost, alone, and if things are not as they should be, but you have a guide who's always with you, gently whispering words of kindness, wisdom, and comfort. Say hello to your higher self, also known as your true and authentic self. Sorry, I just can't get over how I came on here saying my higher self is a rush. Oh. Lean inward into your heart and connect to this pure part of you. You can connect with your higher self in many ways, for example, through signs, synchronicities, and the flow of life. You may notice intuitive nudges or gut feelings. Your higher self is always talking to you and wants you to know you can. It's also on page 55, so you may be seeing things like 55 or 555, big changes. Make it through anything. Furthermore, you can trust this inspiration. You're never given more than you can handle, and when you tune in to this guidance, life will become easier. So it's very connected to the shorts that I was doing yesterday when I was saying that I was picking up on some twin flames that are still very much in this sadness. I feel it would be divine masculine energies. It'll be different reasons for different people, but it's about asking for help. This can be asking your guides for help, asking God for help, asking universe for help, asking spirit for help. It doesn't really matter what you call it, as long as you're sort of setting an intention and whatever resonates for you. Or like I say, asking your twin flames higher self for help, and be amazed at what comes your way through anything, really, if you're anything like me. But but I always like to say this, and actually I was sort of saying this, teaching this to my friend yesterday as well, that don't just ask for a sign willy-nilly. Like, don't kind of like, the only way I can say it is kind of make sure that you are in a good place and you're not just kind of making everything a sign. Because I know it might look like I'm doing that, but I'm not. Like, I can connect with, like, I am practical as well. It's just that I really do get hit with everything. But there is a false matrix system that I've noticed a lot of twin flames get lost in, because you could get, like, for instance, if you have happened to think someone's your twin flame and you are kind of like obsessive about that, but again, remember, if it's a karmic, it'll be really toxic and there'll be trauma bonds. And you could, I believe you could actually start to see their name everywhere. Like, for instance, right, I've definitely helped people where like they know who their true twin flame is, or maybe even with them, and then, but still, like, you know, they can still see their karmic names places and stuff like that. That's happened to me as well. And it's kind of like, I personally feel it is because karmic partners, whether it was romantic or whether it was friends or whatever else it is, you have no name in past lives too. And it might have even like been like an okay past life, or it might have been a not so nice past life, but there is connections. So it's kind of like why you need to make it clear. It's kind of like, you know, anyone that works for me will know that it's like I can feel the past lives that I've had with people. It's so weird, but I can feel it really strongly, and I've got it really strongly with some people in the soul family as well. And I've had that throughout my life, even, you know, when I'm not doing online work and that with friends and stuff. But what I had to do, because it was something, it was so strong, and you've got such a strong hook, I actually basically had to really make peace with myself that, right, okay, this might have been this connection in a past life. We're not in the past life anymore. We're in this life, you know. And I personally feel, unless it is your twin flame you're talking about, and you're doing the healing, and, you know, you're, because understanding that you're in separation for a reason, both healing yourself, and you will come back together when you're meant to. And again, if you kind of are tempted and going back and forwards and doing all that, which I know like a lot of twin flames do, it's fine, because, you know, you love your twin unconditionally and you are very drawn to them, but it's just you're going to be pulled apart by something again. But in the times we live in now, it is a wee bit more optimistic, I feel. But it's so, I mean, it's not funny, but they're drawing me the wicked thing on that New York thing over there again. But do you see what I mean? When I said, I was going to say ripped apart, and I said pulled apart, but it is other sort of Jezebel spirits that will come in and get in the way, you know. So it would be like, maybe if you were sort of linking up, talking again or something slowly, and then before you know it, it will be like something, you know, they're going off somewhere, and it's just they're running again. So that's why personally, you know, I just give my personal opinion of helping other people, and what's worked for me is that, you know, you're better just do your own thing and heal yourself as much as you can. Heal your abandonment wounds, heal wherever you don't feel good enough, you know, learn to love yourself however you are. Like, I sometimes do come on here without makeup on, my glasses, and I'm in my jammies now, guys. Do you like my flowery PJ bottoms? Don't really want to flash my feet, but doesn't matter if I did. We'll soon see with a delay. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, when you're comfortable with yourself, that's where you really want to be. Even if you're not on the twin flame journey. Anyway, higher self, can you stop being a chatty Cathy today, doll? Because we've got to go and watch the wedding date, right? I've got a hot date with the wedding date. That's really actually pretty funny, because I don't want to start going into these fucking stories today. So, but I'll just, I used to call my twin flame the wedding crasher, because he was always coming to mine after a wedding. I was like, how many fucking friends have you got? Why is everybody else getting married all the time? Right, so when we unify with our higher self, we step into unity consciousness. With this new perspective, you see old problems in a new light. Isn't that funny as well? That people used to say to me that I looked like Rachel McAdams in that film, and she's called Claire in the film, because I always used to wear my hair curly. With this new perspective, you see old problems in a new light. This is an invitation to stop focusing on the problems and be open to the solutions. Judgment, shame, and blame are removed, and you're free to function from your divine truth. And this is what I'm channeling, guys. This is what I've always been channeling the whole 8 years or 7 years, whatever, you know, because not specifically on this platform, but over on Facebook Live, I was more active. But it's stronger. You know what I mean? I'm so much more, it's just the divine truth pouring in is just stronger, because I'm on my mission, my twin flame mission. You can increase communication with your higher self through prayer, meditation, journaling, automatic writing. Oh, it was a meditation. Oh no, but then a meditation card did come up, and a children's card, and I had to thing it again because on my phone. So meditation came up for today. Journaling, automatic writing, yoga, sacred ceremonies, rituals, communion with the elements and nature, martial arts, dance, music, writing, and other forms of creative expression. Oh, and then, see, actually, I've just connected that. See, I'm pretty slow today, but that's all right. So I just done that with the throat, got drawn the throat chakra card, and I actually had a grey vest on, and then I put this t-shirt on. So there's major throat chakra healing going on for people today. Major throat chakra healing going on today. And remember, if you're like, oh, I'm great, I'm speaking my truth, and like I'm speaking my divine truth, well, it's like, well, maybe your twin's not. So have compassion, send love, know the power. Why was I dancing there? Know the power of colour healing. I bring colour in quite a lot in my work. Right, so hold this card up to your heart as you do this activation meditation. Well, I'm not going to do that, but we can all just listen to the words. Visualize the energy of your higher self as a most glorious golden white light pouring in through the top of your head. Picture the white light flooding your entire body with warm, loving presence and flushing through your whole being. So it didn't say to close your eyes, but I would advise you to. See the white light shooting out from your heart as you send love to all. And I feel, because I was guided to say that about your twin flame, I would send love to them as well. Because again, even if they're happy as a pig in shit, you want to send love to the other half of your soul, but they might not be. So allow the light to open you up to more love, peace, and harmony. And the next moon sign we're going into is Libra moon. Charlotte, that's Charlotte's moon. Repeat these words aloud or listen here. I acknowledge the light within me. I accept the perfect love that I am. And the question is, what wisdom does my higher self have for me? 57's. Oh, bye. No, 50. You can open your eyes if you close them. 57's on that page if that's relevant. It may actually be somebody's age of somebody watching this, because I know we do have people that age and older and younger, but hopefully you're not too young. Right, so I'm going to shuffle the romantical Rumi card. Let's see what we've got today. Because yeah, I really do need to go and lubricate my throat, coffee or something. Or I really want, oh God, I want one of those juices, but I can't be arsed getting out my jammies. Actually, I can make my own juice. I've got, that's what I'll do. Right, so what card have we got for today? And you're wearing blue as well. Wow, so you see there is something in that. Because I didn't have this on, like on the first shorts. On today's one, I've got a grey vest on, and then the rest I'm wearing this. So, and it's like, I don't, I love this colour, but I don't suit t-shirts. But I just was like, I'm just kicking about. So, it means I stop wasting time watching TV, though, to be fair. I hardly watched it. Yeah, near that. Charlotte, I haven't watched Love Island for days. And I was saying that to my friend that I don't think they're wanting me to be watching it, because it does lower God, I'm getting really, but it's true, it lowers our vibration. And especially for those of you that aren't feeling too good anyway, or trying to get your strength back, it's emitting really bad signals, basically, which I'm aware of. I just protect my energy when I'm watching things like that, but it's like they're keeping me away from it. So it's quite interesting. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I probably am going to get bored and put it on later, but but I've not, I'm really behind, so interesting. I noticed my clock I just used with the ovens is 555 when I came down today. Oh, big changes. 1616, that's the tower. Tower moments catapulting people from where they are to where they're meant to be. I just had that on in the background while I was doing other stuff. Thankfully, Love Island is almost over. Yeah. When does it end? Yeah, now see the day that they do it live, I'm always wary of that, because there's millions tuning in. It's like if you're watching a live stream and there's millions on it, or thousands, the energy on that, it's not going to be great. I think that's why I'm so sensitive when I've dabbled and went on TikTok. It makes me feel sick. It makes me feel quite ill. And it's just all the repetition of it, because I know that, I mean, I'm a hypnotherapist, so I know how this stuff works. And even before I knew, like, I just could tell before I knew, I can feel the frequency. It's frequencies I can feel really strongly. And I don't care if everybody else is loving something. I'm like, nah. Again, like I've said that before about that Clubhouse thing as well. There's something dark about that. Anything that runs continuous like that and allows, if they wanted to, if they could, to sit on it for 24 hours or fucking longer. That's not a good thing. Right, this one. Commitment. Oh my God, is that... Wait a minute. Did we not pull these exact same 2 cards the other day? Commitment. What did I pull? The King of Wands is coming for commitment. Look, what film's it? That's from Inside Out. Let's meet up and tell each other how we feel. It reminds me of the bit when the kid's like, she's got an imaginary boyfriend in her head. It's like, I would die for you. Sorry, it's just what popped into my random mind. Let's meet up and tell it. It'll probably be more some, you know, not as dramatic as I said it, but that's quite funny. Somebody's ready to commit out there. Don't get excited. It won't be everyone's, but hold the line, hold the faith. Right, so, right, 31. But get excited about other things. Get excited about life. Vibrate higher. Right. It's like casinos, no clocks or exit signs, no suck to stay in it. Oh, God. Charlotte. I mean, I've only ever been in casinos when I've been pushed when we didn't want the night to end. But that's, yeah. So I wouldn't have spent time thinking about it, but that's interesting. Good point. I always used to hate though when you went into the casinos where I live and it was like fucking blinding lights. You know what I mean? You're like, it's the end of the night, your makeup's melted off, and it's like blinding lights in your face. Like, whose idea is that? What's that all about? Right. So, commitment. The awaken, but it was always like, I think at the one that we used to go, it was like they do something random, like hand out free food or something, like pizza, or I think it's pizza or something. I don't know if I'm right. Toasties? Maybe they weren't even free. Maybe I'm talking shit. I'm pretty sure. No. Maybe we just done that. I don't know. Anyway, I didn't do it all the time. It was just, you know, when you're just kind of, don't want the night to end and it's the next best thing to an after party. Just go home and get a cup of tea. Do you know what I mean? There's no must file now. The awakened heart is like a lantern. Keep it sheltered from the turbulence of the winds of desire. We are candles lit by the one great flame. The breath of life does not extinguish us. On the contrary, it only serves our flame to blaze brighter. Here in the temple of one love, there is no flickering or smoke to our flame. We are natural in our purpose, simply to bring the warmth and light of love to life. We dance though we are stillness. We are on fire, though we do not burn. And actually, that's the 31st in the card. So I really do feel there was something significant happening yesterday in in one of the twin flame unions out there. So it doesn't necessarily need to be a twin pair talking to each other, but something significant happening. Shifts, because I'm just being drawn that that's the 31st. Right, so there's a flame that must be safeguarded. In truth, it can never be extinguished, just like the twin flame, as long as it's a true flame. What's that from? The true. Honestly, all these films and songs just live in my head and it's got worse. But that's fine. It is the light that never goes out. Even with such enduring power, our recognition and respect of this flame is essential to human development. This flame is holy and lies within each human heart. When the flame is recognized for its worth, it ceases to flicker and smoke, becoming very still. In the stillness, the light can fulfill its destiny again, to shine brightly so as to reveal every path absolutely clear and without wavering in the fluctuations of fear and attachment. Desire does not have to be a hindrance on the planet. It can show us our passions and help us find our purpose. However, the attachment that can come with desire, the belief that it can be sated only with one particular person, one set of circumstances. Did I read this yesterday? It wouldn't have been yesterday because I would have remembered saying, oh, it is the 31st. Maybe it was the day before. It was recently though. Can cause us, and there's a kid crying outside, so that confirms the inner child healing going on today. Can cause us to stop looking at what the light is revealing to us, the way forward in our path in the here and now, and instead try and forcibly conjure the shadows to become what we imagine they should be. Only been to Las Vegas. I wasn't there to bet though. Saw Las Vegas had a big thunderstorm and the casinos got, oh right, God. Wow. Was that an exciting place to Me. I've been to New York 3 times, and wait a minute, have I been 3 times or twice? I don't think I have been 3 times. I think I've been twice. That's why I said 3 times. Maybe I'm going again. But yeah, both times I was really ill. I was fucking gutted. The first time was when I was 21, and I had a horrendous stomach bug one night, and basically had to stay in my bed. And then the next night, or it might have been food, but it was something like that. And then the next night I had really bad, my wisdom tooth was coming in, which is weird because I've actually still got a wisdom tooth coming in at fucking 38. People find hilarious. I've got one of my younger clients. It's like she's younger than me, a lot younger, and her wisdom tooth all the way have come in. She's like, how's that happening now? I'm like, I don't know. And then the next time I went with me and my sister, I was like, what age I was it 27 or 26, something like that, and she thought I was going to die. Like, honestly, it was like, I think it was something to do with the jet lag and how sensitive I am or something. It's really weird. That was a weird experience, full stop, because the whole time I was walking about in New York, I just kept getting flashes of like my twin flame, and that was kind of weird. Like, so, but I think it's because it must have actually been, that must have been right when that happened. I can't remember what year I went. Maybe it was 2012. But it was really weird. It was like I just couldn't get them out my head everywhere I walked. And then I would have been doing my sister's nut and talking and it's happened other places I've went as well. Like, I've actually been so sure that something was going to happen because I'm like, why does it feel like he's whipped? Like, I don't mean like the higher self. I mean, it felt like he's meant to be here right now. What the heck? But it's because, so I'm saying this for people that get that. If other people are like, what the fuck are you talking about? Just, whatever. Again, the higher self just wants to talk about this stuff now. So we're just letting her go with it. But it's because I sense timelines. It's like what I was saying about yesterday. Like, wait a minute, not yesterday, the 30th was 6 years to the day that I've saw him on a Saturday too, which I found kind of weird. I think it was anyway, a Saturday. I always just notice it's like whatever happened on a day, like even as like 2 years later, like sometimes when I've channeled a message on here, or usually it'd be on Facebook, if that thing comes up like 5 years ago, you posted this, I've noticed how it's like the things I was posting when I was channeling about Ascension, and even some things I was channeling about New Earth, like they're relevant to today, because that's why I'm so in that energy, because I've literally been connecting to New Earth for like, I don't know, it's 6 years, I would say. I've been channeling whatever that is that I say. And so the people very close to me that have worked with me in groups, obviously their souls were ready to do that too, and they've been getting anchored in. By the way, I'm just letting this flow through. But I do that literally for myself every day. I clear my own energy and I connect in. So it's like I'm really, really comfortable in these energies that we're living in now. So it's like I can't be around. I've never really liked being around when people are being fake or disingenuous or gossipy. I've always been very sensitive, and I've actually always been quite lucky that whenever I was put in positions where I was around people like that, I'd probably be able to excuse myself, you know what I mean? Or not always, not always. But now I just couldn't, like, I just can't stomach any of that. And it is because it's I can feel frequencies, do you know what I mean? And so I can feel timelines. And anyway, all of this will not be that strange. I mean, it's not to any of you guys, but it's more and more people will become very telepathic and really tap into all of that. And yeah. How much of this did I read? We stayed off the strip, which I'm glad about, as there's so much energy, exciting though. Saw CSI being filmed. We walked past, we're celebrating. My mum said, oh, lovely. I got lost in New York, walking around the circles trying to find the Empire State Building. Went past Madison Square Garden 3 times. Oh yeah, that's exciting. It is like walking about in a movie, isn't it? It's just like, I remember me and my sister, we weren't arguing, but like we were walking along and we were trying to find somewhere to go, and I was like, look, you know, I've got a feeling there's something exciting in there, and it looked really boring. And she was just kind of like, no, and I was like, look, trust me. And I was and at the time, right, I was teaching her about manifestation, and actually she was quite open. She's not now. She was quite open to that. And all these weird things happened, but I was like, you know, visualize what you want and put it out there. And there was loads of things, like we turned the corner and whatever it was she was wanting was there. And long story short, that boring, the place that looked really boring and dull was actually where they keep the ball, that, you know, where they drop the ball. So that's why you should trust your intuition, because it just looks kind of dull on the outside. It looks like tourist information sort of bit. And then it was like, oh, and then we wrote, interesting. Yes, we wrote little things on the bit of paper. Yeah. And then we let it go, and you put it out there and you see what comes back to you. Sometimes it can take quite some time, but if you asked for it, then be careful what you asked for, because it might just come back in divine time. I just read that bit. Right, okay, let's read this. So, when we stop seeing life as it is, showing up for us every moment and engaging with it, we become careless with the light of the heart. Our huffing and puffing to force what does not need to be forced can cause the heart light to flicker and waver. This can make our way seem uncertain, and doubts can crowd in upon us as the light and compromise and its purpose. Sorry to keep butting into this, but sorry, not sorry. What that is about twin flames, divine feminine or divine masculine, regardless of gender, that have allowed themselves to be around people like what I was just saying, because that all means something. When I was talking about gossipy, lying, just, we all know people, you know what I mean? It's like everybody's capable of doing this, but if it's like all the time and it's just always really nasty and there's no positivity and being grateful, it's draining to the soul. And actually it can have a knock-on effect to you if you're not careful, which is why I'm going to say it again, I always say it, and some people listen, some people don't. You become like the 5 people you spend the most time with. And, you know, you might want to reflect on that yourself, right? Who's the people I spend the most time with? And just, you know, be mindful, because it's more and more important these days as we live and move into these energies, and there is total splits going on, you know, like there just is. There's a split in consciousness. Some people get that, some people don't. We forget to trust in what it is because we get caught up in attachment and fear surrounding our desires. Rather than letting life move us, we try to move life. And that's actually very connected to whatever I was saying yesterday or the day before. I think it was yesterday or the last few days, about when there can be distortion and confusion around when you've got a strong desire towards someone. And that's the fear, that's the programming, that's the implants from childhood that make you think, because it's like kind of like why I go, like, yeah, sometimes I'll have a laugh when I'm talking about sex, but other times I can feel they keep making me go quite serious, because it's sacred sex that I'm here to teach about, because I have healed my whatever stuff that I've had around that area that was distorted. I can heal other people from that empowered place. But obviously it's going to be better one-to-one on a Zoom. We can go into whatever, you know, your issue is, and then I can help you. But it's just so that people know that, you know, with the womb work that I do with women especially, but I can help men as well. Yeah. So, right. There's a way forward on your life path that needs to be seen by you now. It will be helpful for you to have that clarity and certainty. You might have already caught a glimpse of it, but be doubting your vision or yourself. Yeah, see what I mean? It's the doubt, fear, worry, procrastination. Again, God, I'm getting bored of repeating myself here, but go and watch the challenge. If you've got 5 days, it'll help you. It'll clear the spell work. It'll clear the distortion. It'll, depending on how deep it is, it will shift you a bit, but it shifted people a lot. So that done it. And it has every other year we've done it. It was just the other years we've done it in a private Facebook group. But there's no excuse. If you're watching this and I'm saying that, what have you got to lose? Go and try it. Sorry, I'm in like blunt as fuck, because I'm like, I'm just tired. So I'm like, you know what I mean? Or book a session, you know. This oracle comes as a reminder to you. Don't doubt. What you're feeling deep within, the passionate love of your heart light, is true. That's about the, where is it? That's about the King of Wands. that passion. Someone wants to follow their passion and be courageous, and then the doubt kicks in, because that's the programming. What you're feeling deep within the passionate love of your heart light is true. It is real. You're being led into it by the progress of life itself. That's also the Lion Leo season and the Lionsgate. There's loads of synchronicity. You must trust in this. Even if it seems at times, though, you're being led away from the vision. Life operates according to a genius that is beyond a linear approach. It is to be trusted rather than understood. There's enough challenge in the personal transformation being asked of you to simply take the steps. That is more than enough. You do not have to also create or control the terrain, nor determine the map for the journey. You simply need to take each step that presents itself to you in each moment, because that is what New Earth energy is about. It's coming from your heart center, it's being inspired and then taking the action. It's not really about the planning. A lot of you might notice that when you try to plan like weeks in advance, definitely months in advance, but even days in advance, it might go a bit tits up. So personally, like I really just go when I'm inspired. Like for instance, I wasn't like, oh, I'll come on here at a certain time. I was just like, right, I'm going to take my time waking up. I'm going to do some housework. And then, you know what I mean? I'm dyeing my hair and I'm just kind of like cut about. And I'm like, right, now it's time to go on. And that's how you kind of need to, obviously, with whatever you do in your life, like that was my day to day. But, and then there's, you know, like tomorrow I have got things that I do at a set time. But even that, I'm changing all that about. Like that is literally coming to an end, like with like this week, really, in the next couple of weeks, to move over to the other platform that's going to suit that better. So whatever that means to you, it's about having fun, because many of the twin flames, all the twin flames, if you're a true twin flame, have went through a lot of pain, confusion, doubt, worry, having to spend a lot of time alone as well. But again, many of us like say, I love being alone. I love being alone, or if I'm not alone, I want to be with people I'm really close with, basically. And if you think about it, not everyone's like that. Some people thrive on being an extrovert and being out there, and I don't like it. But you've got to know yourself really well. I'm going to watch New Year's Eve now, aren't I? As you mentioned, the build. What you are, I am. I like that film too. Yeah, I went to see that with my friend that messaged yesterday. God, I mean, that just seems like a million years ago, because it was. It's an unnecessary battle. Wait a minute. Don't let fear that your desire won't manifest cause you to try to bend life to your will. It's an unnecessary battle, and one that will not serve your soul here. Instead, just show up, be present, attend to what is before you in each moment, and trust yourself. Let the light of your heart take you into the serenity that will bring the balm of a solid core of comfort, even whilst the world shifts and changes according to the workings of divine will. As you move along your life journey, step by step, that divine will is moving you to, Shining One, into fulfillment of your destiny. The word destiny keeps coming up because it's destined, unions. It is so. Life is not working at cross purposes with you. Far from it. It is a co-conspirator. Conspirator. Cannot speak. I need to rest my voice. Come back to the stillness of the love within and know your heart light to be what it is, reliable and true, showing you the way even now in peace and stillness. To me, that when I read it the other night, when I read it now, that is the dance of the divine feminine, because the heart light is leading, the masculine is the mind, and the heart light is leading the masculine into their heart to follow their heart. And what is Leo season about? What was the new moon in Leo about? What is Mercury in Leo about? That's right. Following your heart, following your passion, and having fun. Right. So if you, and like, again, I always think it's like I'm being a dick when I do that, but it's like, it's just the Leo drama coming in. Do you know what I mean? It'll ease down, you know, once we get out of Leo season, and we get into the old Virgo season, I'll probably tone it down, but maybe not, because, you know, where Jupiter is in my chart, it's like expanding my aura, it's expanding whatever I was like before to the max. And it will be doing that wherever it is in your chart. So if you can light a candle, please do so. If that is not practical, simply visualize or imagine a flame in your mind's eye. If you cannot do that easily, then simply say or just listen to my words. So you can close your eyes now, or you can light a wee candle live or on replay, depending on how quick you are. Tried setting an alarm to be at a thing this morning. It didn't happen. So did I, Charlotte. But I didn't beat myself up, reminding myself it's go with the flow week. Love it. Love it. Yes, absolutely. Do you have a day where you have a date yourself? Because my day's always been a Monday. So like basically, I just either, well, sometimes I'll just literally just stay in my bed. Like, you know, I'll get up and make a cup of tea and eat in that, or but I'll just stay in my bed. And sometimes I may watch the telly or read, like I'll just sleep all day. Because that'll be me integrating the energies and clearing for the collective and whatever else I'm guided to do. And then if I was really led to, like, if one of my friends wants to meet up, and sometimes it matches up on a Monday, then I will do that if I feel like I've got energy. But I always say, like, look, I'll need to see on the day. But Mondays are my day. And the thing I'm really strict to now, because I used to be a bit chill about it, but I don't do that anymore. As soon as I switch off on the Friday, I don't go into my messenger until the Tuesday, because I just found I was getting in a bad habit of what I used to do on Facebook and Instagram, more Facebook. But it was like, I am somebody that, I mean, actually, because it's kind of like how there's comments like from you and from other people, and it's like, but that's actually because my friend was here. I probably would have responded. But, you know, with the YouTube, I'm a bit more chill. But with the messenger, I don't do that, because I just end up getting into things with people. Do you know what I mean? And it's just, I'm trying to switch off and enjoy my weekend. So that took a lot of discipline, because again, I love my work and I love everyone I work with, but you need to switch off. It's very important, because that is the feminine. Otherwise, I'm just being too my masculine, which I know people know, but it's for people that don't know. But that's why I protect my weekends and I protect my day off. And it's just, so because I've been doing this like over the weekends, like that's why I'm looking forward to just having a few weeks off. Right. So I'm having fun. Right. I call upon the sacred flame of divine love now, which is interesting that I called this divine, I didn't say divine love, I said divine unions. I don't always put that in. Then aloud, or just listen to the words, the light of my heart does not waver. It is fixed by the will of the divine and lit by the greatest flame, forever alight in the temple of one love. Rumi, who safeguards the sacred flame of love, together may we bear serene witness to the revelations of the light within, that the way always be shown pure and true, and the courage to act when needed, and the patience to best serve love is found within our hearts. So be it. That's that card. You have finished your sacred honouring ritual. If you did light a candle, you may leave it burning for a time under supervision, or simply with reverence extinguish it. And what I would add is, if you did light a candle, set an intention when you light the candle. Whatever you need, you know, if you need energy to get through something, I don't know, work, or if you need to do something courageous, or you need to, I mean, I'm going to light a candle after this to cut about and tidy a living room while I'm watching the film. And then, do you know what? If my inner child's like, that isn't fun, I'm just going to sit down in the middle of the row cards and just watch the film, to be honest. But because I want to do that from it, I'll tune into it. You know what I mean? I might just watch the film and then tidy up. But you know, you've got to feel into it for you. But make sure that you do integrate play, because remember that play card came up 2 days in a row. So that's a strong message. It should be fun. We're meant to be having fun. In Leo season, it's about fun. We're meant to be coming from the heart, and we're actually meant to be having fun forevermore in the new earth. So mine is usually Fridays, as the kids finish early and they're away for the week. Yeah, well, as long as you know what day it is and you protect it, you know what I mean? Because some people won't even have a day at all. And the thing is, like, if you think about it, a lot of people, depending on what you're like I know loads of people that, you know, well, it's like one of the Soulfa members around here that helps me had said, you know, it's really like a Saturday for me isn't even a day off. It's like a rest day or recovery day. That's it, actually. And I think I pulled a card that said recovery. I think I pulled that for tomorrow, or like, yeah, one of the days this week. So, and that does make sense. So I kind of see that as, you know, like a Saturday, because I'll be doing stuff on the Friday, it's like recovering, and then, or low energy. And then it's like Sunday, Monday's my weekend. And then depending on what I've done, I'll just make sure I get the weekend. I'll just move things about and have it during the week. But anyway, that's if somebody else is interested in, you know, the whole balance in your masculine and feminine energy. It's very important. And actually, more important than that, if you're really wanting to integrate your shadow and balance and empower your masculine and feminine energy towards your twin flame union, because that's what all these lives are about, building up to that Lionsgate portal, for the twins that are ready to do that and take the leap towards that. Because if someone's not ready, they're not ready, and they'll be ready when they're ready. And I said ready too many times. Ready, steady, go. It's like gladiators. Then, like you say, if you're drawn to me, then please do book a session, because I do that in a very different way. You know, I'm able to yes, connect you to, well, first of all, listen to you and find out where you're at with being able to balance your masculine, feminine, just your day-to-day life, kind of like what me and Charlotte are talking about. But there is a specific soul retrieval that I do to help you be more in harmony with your own inner masculine and feminine energy. And then it really just closes the gap and stops you seeing you and your twin flame as separate. It'll stop all the kind of pissing about in games and everything. Doesn't mean they're like ding dong, they're at the door, do you know what I mean? But for some people, it has brought about some communication or stronger. It just depends on your own personal journey you're missing and the intensity of the connection. And just when it's divine timing. I know people don't like hearing it, but it's divine timing. Myself included, but it's true, it's divine timing. Surrender, surrender, surrender. Right, okay, guys, and have fun while you're surrendering. Right, I'm going to end this. So happy Monday to you, or whenever you're watching this, because whenever you're watching this, no matter when it is, much later, whatever, it'll be relevant to whoever it's meant